Hello Facebook, this is Dawn Petalino and welcome to Miracle Monday. And Miracle Monday is where I offer you some tips and some tools, but most importantly some truths to allow more miracles and love in your life. And I'm Dawn Petalino and I am your transformational coach and your best-selling author of Peace, Power, and Miracles. And today's is about expanding into your greatness. And what happens is a lot of times we get this inspired idea of this thing that we really want, and if it's a desire of the heart, the Course of Love and the Course of Miracles, both books that I integrate into my teachings and my coaching, these books talk about, you are an idea in the mind of God, and it is this idea you wish to express, and it is found in your heart. So that's where our source is. That's where that source of love resides. That's where our power is. And we get an idea and we feel the desire for it. We feel the longing for it. Oh my gosh, my heart would so love that. And we get inspired with it. So what happens is we get this idea, but because it's an inspiration, your consciousness is meant to grow. You are meant to grow in your consciousness into pure love, into being an expression of love in this world. Now, I don't know about you, but I ain't always there. So, when we get an inspiration, the process of that becoming into fruition will often require a purification or an expansion. An expansion is where we must grow into that level of consciousness. Now, it's already started because we had the idea. So it's already begun. And the Course of Love says you are already accomplished. You must know you're already there, But we're going to physically grow into that being who can hold the space to have that. And so the expansion often requires a dying of sorts. It's a dying of the old self, a dying of an old way of being. And I believe the Bible says something, but unless a seed falls, it cannot bear fruit. So there's this dying that happens that truthfully does not always feel that great because it is a letting go. But in order to allow yourself to let go with the greatest compassion and love and to make that an easier process, then we have to first accept. We have to accept. There are many times in my life where I thought I'd be going after something and then what seemed like a failure in my life. And I'd want to beat myself up and I'd want to go into, well, why me? Why, I go to the compare and despair. Why me? Why do they get it and I don't? And then, but really it's about acceptance. So finally I get to the place where I say, okay, all right, I'm giving it up. You decide. This isn't exactly what I wanted, but all right, I'm going to trust you. And in that surrender, so you have the acceptance and then the surrender. And in that surrender, you allow something new to be rebirthed. The Course of Love says that you'll cling, that you have to let these old parts die. So the new birth of this new life can come about, this birth of this new life. And if you're still clinging to the old, you're going to prevent that new coming about. So the acceptance is just accepting that it's happening, accepting it's part of the process, accepting you're taken care of, accepting that your judgment of it, the way you're seeing it, probably isn't the truth of it. I remember way back when things in my marriage and my life were just, they looked like they were falling apart in my career and my marriage. And I remember thinking, really, God, do I just have to be grateful for this? Practice gratitude. Is this what I have to be grateful for? And I heard, don't be grateful for the situations here that you're not resonating with. Be grateful for what's coming from them. And that's the thing. We hold on to the truth. The truth is we will either see it as a punishment or we are going to see it as a blessing and a gift for what's coming from it. And that's what we get excited about. I don't know how this is turning out, but I see that something in me has to die and is dying and letting go. I'm going to practice compassion for myself. I'm going to practice acceptance for myself. And when I just allow it to be and make no demands upon myself, that allows something new to enter in. And we just practice being kind. Being kind through this process, because it's a grief process. And like I said, it doesn't always feel good, but then when you get on the other side, something shifts, something has shifted. You see things different. You behave differently. You're now in a place where you can hold it different. Revelations come to you that change you. And that is all part of the process. So when something has to go, in order to expand into your greatness, don't be afraid. Just remember what the Course of Love and Course of Miracles say: there is no loss, only gain. And you can hold to that truth. Happy Miracle Monday. I hope you found some words in that resonate with you, that help give you the strength and the courage to keep on keeping on your spiritual path. And if this was helpful at all to you or someone you know, feel free to share it. You can check out more at www.donpetalino.com. Bye for now.